this is one of those cases where it's just, if you know the truth, it's just horrible. It's just horrible. This is what greed can do. This is it's one thing to take someone's money and or try and scam them out of money, but it's another thing to try and just to destroy their whole life to do it. They're pretty much destroying this person's whole career, lifetime of work, just so they can have a little bit of money. I mean, come on. And some of you will be like, how do you know he isn't this Jekyll and Hyde? Because when you accuse someone of something, you better have a damn good reason, because it's all hearsay, right? It's like, does that mean anyone can just point to a house and say, oh yeah, that father in there is a rapist, that father in there is abusing his kid? Can anybody do that? Is that how this society works? I mean, you better have some sort of proof, because you're putting somebody's reputation on the line, and especially someone who's famous and did so much in his career that if this was true, then it's going to destroy everything in his life, right? So you better have some damn good proof. And so when you watch this documentary, you're waiting for that. And that's what the document seems like. It seems like it's some sort of infomercial where it's telling you all these great things, but at the end, what you see is not even that great. It's barely anything. And so that's what I when I watch this case, it's like, are you kidding me? You're telling me this letter convinces you that he's this horrible person, right? But for me, this letter tells me how the scam is played. That's what this letter is telling me. I mean, you can just look at the first line. He's telling the father that he wanted to write to him, but he knows that the father doesn't want anything to do with him anymore, doesn't want to hear from him anymore. But now the victim says, oh, it's all right, you can write to me. That right there tells you that she is the one trying to make him confess, saying all these things, right? And remember, this letter was never meant to be seen by anybody. Okay, so he's writing this from his heart, trying to convince the father that, listen, I know I've been hiding this affair from you, but it wasn't anything bad. We had a relationship because out of love and our friendship. So he's writing from his heart, and he never expected this to come out. So don't think that he's trying to manipulate you or me to believe in what he said in this letter to everybody. He's trying to convince this victim's father that whatever he did, he never meant it to be something bad, right? So you gotta remember that. And so when you read this letter, you can clearly see that the victim is trying to manipulate this person. She's trying to convince him that, you know, all this time you've been doing these horrible things to me. And the one thing she said is when he complimented her about her bathing suit, it's like she molesting him. You know what I mean? This is the kind of stuff that she's trying to convince him that she was afraid of him. Like, it doesn't make any logical sense, right? You can say, oh, maybe he's making that up. Okay, think about this. Think about this for a minute, okay? If you believe he's this horrible person who do all these things to women and girls and taking advantage of them, why did he wait until she's 18 or older to have any physical interaction with her? Do you understand? If he's this horrible person, shouldn't he be charged with having sex with a minor, if this letter tells you? Because he says he has an affair with her, right? But he doesn't have an affair with her when she's underage. So how does that work? How is it that he managed to be a gentleman and still be a pedophile? Like, that doesn't make any logical sense. How do you do that if you can't control yourself? You're trying to grab breasts left and right and center, like, what? And you're groping everybody you can get your hand on. Like, people, are you reading this? What? How are you interpret this letter? Like, what is going on here? This is clearly a person who wanted to take advantage of this person at this time. After the relationship ended, everything, you know, she had nothing to do with him. And it's like out of the blue, she decides to accuse him of all these silly things. And he's even trying to be a good person, not thinking she's making these things up. Maybe she's not making it up, and he's too unsensitive. He's been working hard, he's been doing all these things all this time. He might have not realized. But of course, he knows what's right and wrong. So of course he didn't do anything wrong. But the fact that she even said this, because he respected her to take her word for it, because that's what a person who wants to believe everyone is good in this world do. They never want to believe that the person they know can turn against them. And you can clearly see that in this letter. He's trying to, if there's anything he did wrong, he wants to feel sorry for her, wanted her to accept his apology, right? And he doesn't even realize that she's just playing him. She's trying to say, hey, you know, all these years you've been doing this, and in the documentary, like, you know, I started to drink at an early age, and so she's making all these excuses to try and say, you know, this is why I have all these problems. And he's trying to say, if there's anything I can do, you know, like, do you ever get scammed before? Do you not realize how people scam? They act like they've been treated wrongly for so long or something. It's just unbelievable. And so, as a good person, he just wanna believe her. And so, you think to yourself, why wait so long? And then in the documentary, they said like she realized that that she wanted to come out now is because she saw him on TV, and he's still famous. It's like, okay, but he's been famous for a long time, isn't he? So you just realized that now, and you wanted to bring this out now? Like, these things doesn't make any logical sense. The only logical sense I can see from this is this girl is trying to manipulate everybody. She probably seen him on TV, and she said, hey, I know that famous guy. Her friends probably saying, oh, you know him? He must be a millionaire. How come you're not rich? Well, he's my dad's friend and, we hang out. Really? Oh, and I kind of have an affair with him one time. You had an affair with him one time? So, was he your sugar daddy or something? Why didn't you get any money from him? Well, it's not like that. We were just good friends and things happen. That's all. Well, you should have took an advantage of that. I mean, he must be, he must have $100 million. Yeah, but I don't want to do anything like that. Well, geez, why are you working like this, or why are you living like this if you can live at the beach or something, sitting there, relaxing, doing nothing? I mean, why do you want to do this job? What do you mean? Oh, why didn't you kind of scam him out of some money? I mean, he's worth $1 million. You could have got at least something. 1 million. If he had like 100 million, 1 million's nothing. I mean, don't you see all these people doing it all the time? This is a once in a lifetime opportunity for you. You could have just scammed him and you could do it right now. Look at him. He's so old. He's not going to want to go to prison or anything. You try and convince him that you couldn't say no to him because he's a famous person. And all these years he's been trying to molest you and stuff. You could have said that. And he would have said, I'll do anything. If he's this nice person, he could have said, oh, so how can I help or something? You could have said, oh, I just need $1 million. I mean, that's pocket change to him. You could have done that. Why didn't you do that? Well, I don't know. I think you should do it. I think you really should do it. Well, how am I going to do it? Maybe you can find a way to make him confess that he had an affair with you. Did anybody know you have an affair with him? No, I didn't tell anybody. That's even better. I mean, that means he's been hiding this all this time. If he's been hiding this, he could be hiding anything, right? So if you can convince him that he's been doing horrible things to you, then he's gonna want to settle. He doesn't want to go to prison. He's so old. He's gonna want to settle. He's probably gonna be like, oh, at least she's not asking for 5 million. Maybe ask for 2 million. So what should I do? Well, go record him, and then maybe tell your dad, and see if he believes you. If he believes you, then everyone should believe you, right? A couple of days pass. So what happened? Yeah, my dad said he's never gonna see him again. But yeah. So what should we do now? Well, let me bring. I know a great lawyer. She can make this happen. And then the lawyer would probably say something like, well, it's better if you have it in writing, like a confession of some sort. Because there's a law against recording someone without them knowing, right? We might not be able to use it. So maybe if you can get him to have it in writing, then it would be better. It would be a lot better. Well, my dad did say he didn't want to hear from him anymore. Maybe I can tell him to write a letter to my dad, trying to convince him to talk to him again. Yeah, that's brilliant. That's perfect. Just tell him to write to your dad again. Tell him to write and say, what happened, and explain his side of the story. And then he should confess. He should tell that he did have an affair with you, right? And that's proof. Oh, this is going to be perfect. Everything's going to work out. He's probably just going to settle. He's going to, we're going to get 2 million. Easily. This is going to be the easiest case I had. Does this make does this make sense to you people, or am I just bullshitting? I mean this letter just tells you almost everything that likely happened. I could be wrong. I mean, I'm not saying that everything that my scenario is right or whatever, but just looking at this letter itself, this is not a bad person. Do you people understand that? I mean, just the fact that he waited until she's 18 tells you that he's not this bad person. That's all there is to it. You need to not, I don't know, twist things around, because it's very easy to just twist things. If you do not, you can't just take one line and just say this is what I believe. Take the whole damn letter. Just take the whole situation. Just read the whole thing. Don't read just, yeah, he's been hiding an affair so much. That means he's been hiding a lot of shit. No. That's not how you solve a mystery or a case. Okay, this is how you uncover a scam. And I can tell you, these scams are not going to stop. Look at Bill Cosby. They're trying that on him. They already tried that on Michael Jackson. I don't know if there's more cases, but I'm pretty sure when there's money involved and when there's a way to just take people's money easily, there will be someone who's willing to do it. And I mean, people go to great length to try and rob a bank or get a lot of money or do something, right? To be rich and all that. And when all you have to do is just say a couple of little lies if you're connected to this person, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you even attempt, right? So these people who are coming out saying all these things, because this is a celebrity who's been around the world, who's been in hundreds of places. And all it takes is just, hey, I've been there, I seen him, I met him. Yeah, I can make up some silly story and they will believe me. I'll just have to, make a good cry and why I decided to come out now, after years and years of just trying to hide it all. Come on, people. Just all you need to do is look at the evidence. If you have solid proof of the evidence, show me that. Show me that, and if there's no reasonable explanation, and it shows me that, yep, he's this bad person, I will accept it. But don't give me one liner, tell me this is the evidence, and just show me one little paragraph, or he just confessed about something, and say, yep, he's a bad person, and ruin his entire works, his life works. It just incredible how gullible, stupid people can be. And it's like they rather hear a great disgusting story than to hear the truth, something simple, something that people just seem to like to see people fall. I don't know, it's like if you walking straight, no, that's not fun to watch. You need to fall, you need to be hurt, be destroyed. That is entertainment. That is more fun to believe. I don't want to believe he's just a good person. What fun in that?